Hey everybody, what's up? Today I want to do a video response to Digital Soul's video, Rape, My Story. And, well, here it is. Okay, so 5 years ago I was accused of molesting my 5-year-old cousin. And how this happened is by me opening my bedroom door one day because my grandma was banging on it when I was trying to watch TV. And she slaps me through the face, she starts beating on me, and then she throws trash bags at me. I go, what the hell's going on? And she goes, I'm not gonna live in a house with a child molester, so pack your shit and get out. And I go, no, I'm not going anywhere because I didn't do anything, and I don't understand what the hell's going on. So she's sitting there telling me a story that my uncle's girlfriend told her. And what my uncle's girlfriend said is that she walked in her bedroom and saw my 5-year-old cousin looking at their porn magazines. And she asked how he learned about this. And he said, supposedly, that I taught him how to do different things. And this is coming from a woman who lets her boyfriend's child sleep in the same bedroom, and while they have sex, and also lets him watch, like, porn movies with them. And, well, so after that, my uncle comes up to the house, to my house, and he starts choking me to death because I walked in my bedroom to see what was all the yelling about. He starts choking me, telling me that I shouldn't live because I touched his son. And after this, I broke free, walked to my bedroom, shut the door, locked it to let everything cool down. And, I got pissed off because, after everything I've done for them and to help out with the kids, I get accused of this. So I walked down the road like I normally do to cool off. And when I walked back up, he started throwing rocks at me, telling me, that I shouldn't live here, that I should be locked away. And so I picked up a rock, threw it at him because he was trying to get in his vehicle. I ended up cracking the windshield. And then I walked in the house, go back to my bedroom. He walks in, goes to my grandparents' room, starts beating on my grandma. She had a bruise here and here, and where she was pushed up against the wall, she had a bruise against her back right through here, and also against her chest right here. And my grandpa grabs his little handgun, goes to shoot him. My grandma pushes the gun out of the way. The bullet goes into the wall. She's bruised. My grandpa's pissed. I'm pissed and confused. They leave. A few days later, I end up going to court after finding a lawyer, and my lawyer was sitting there supposedly trying to get me to say that I'd done it for some fucked up reason. And so we go to court 2 or 3 more times. And within this time period, I found out that the day that I was accused of this, when it happened, is the day that my grandparents were out of town, and my uncle left my cousin with me for 5 minutes until my aunt got to the house, because she was coming up to babysit for my grandma when the kids got out of school. And within that 5-minute time period of her driving up the driveway and getting out of the vehicle, I supposedly touched him, and supposedly got him to touch me. So when my aunt got out of the car, she babysits him. I go back to my bedroom with my oldest cousin. So me and him go play video games and watch TV, and we talk, laugh, we do things cousins do. And so I don't understand how I could do something in that 5-minute time period. Then comes the final court date. I was sitting there on the right side, and he was sitting over here with the DA and all that other BS. And, everybody was called to the stand on his side. And he kept looking at the DA, then he kept looking at his lawyer, then he kept looking at his dad. And he kept stuttering the whole time. And every time that he said something, his story was different. And so after he was done talking, the judge asked my lawyer if I had anything to say. My lawyer said no, that I didn't have anything to say. I didn't have to defend myself or anything like that. And so the court was over. Everybody goes home. I had to go talk to my probation officer because I got 100 hours community service. I had 65 hours 4-H and 1 year probation. And I was trying to figure out what was going on because that was the original court date, the real one, where I was supposed to speak and tell my side of the story. And I asked my lawyer what it was about, and he said, oh, I was half asleep. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't realize that was the original court date. So when I go talk to my probation officer, I was talking to him about what my lawyer said, and he said that the lawyer and my judge were friends. And so pretty much this thing was rigged from the beginning, apparently. And so I go home. I ended up losing my girlfriend at the time. I lost all of my friends, and every time I'd walk down the halls, I would hear, hey, look, there goes that child molester. And I tried to go to the high school to get a drink, and I was pushed out by his stepsister. Long story there. And she said, she was yelling, like, this town don't welcome the child molesters, and I had no idea what the fuck was going on yet again, because this whole time I was innocent. Nobody believed me for some reason. And so I was told to never go around him, and they were told to never come around us ever again. Well, a few days later, he comes up to the house with his son. They hang out, they talk with my grandparents, like nothing ever happened. But I stayed in this bedroom, this same one that you're seeing right now. I wasn't allowed out around anything. I wasn't allowed to go hang out with friends. I wasn't allowed to walk down the road. I had to be in bed at a certain time. I had to do all this and all that. And I did all my stuff that I was supposed to do. And I even stayed on at the 4-H. And, it turned into an actual job after my 65 hours was over. And after that, 5 years down the road, here, present, they still come up. They still have fun. They do whatever they do. And I still stay in my bedroom. And it's 2 months away from my 18th birthday. I'm still locked in my bedroom. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. And they still believe that I did it. And the whole time I was in school, I couldn't get a girlfriend. And when I did, it didn't last long because of rumors. And, I hardly had any friends. And what friends I did have, they joked about it. And, I just had a rough time. And to this very day, no one believes that I was innocent. And so, I just gave up trying to prove myself. I just ignored everybody, stayed in my bedroom. To this very day, I don't do anything. But like I said, I'm innocent, and to this very day, no one does believe me. Which reminds me of another time someone didn't believe me. Well, my family didn't. Back in 2005, my mom was with this 28-year-old, and, two of my sisters lived with my mom. And at the time, my oldest sister, she was, I think, 14, going on 15 at the time, was having a relationship with him, and I had feelings since day one, since the very first day I met him, and the very first night I spent the night at my mom's house, when I found out that, she was with him. I had a feeling something was going on between my sister and him. And, I kept telling everybody, they're screwing, they're doing things. Nobody believed me until the January of 2006. They read they read her diary, and they found out, that she had sex with him 4 times. But supposedly 2 of the times was rape. But, nobody believed me, and after that day they found out, they were pissed off at me because I was right. And to this very day, my sister is 15, and she has an 18-year-old boyfriend. They smoke pot together, they drink alcohol together, and they fuck each other. Nobody believes me. And when she gets pregnant, they're gonna hate me again because I was right. But what can I do other than say something and then just ignore it? But anyway, that's my story, everybody.